Okay, so it's March 25th. It's 9:20 a.m. Pacific time. This is the second video for today. Basically what we're looking at now is a lot of action today. If you watched my first video, what happened was prices got bought up here in the 10-year up to 24.10 even. Sellers absorbed all the buying, and then they actually pushed this sucker all the way back down to 0.40 right here in the 10-year. I predicted a little bit of a stall here at the overnight high, which it did somewhat, but then it pushed down because the E-mini shot all the way up to, I think it made new highs actually from the initial impulse on the open. Since then it's kind of slumped. It's sold down to 28 and it's held 28 on a few tries. And in that time, the treasuries have been bought up. Basically, the 5 years making new highs now. Bonds are lagging a little bit as they've been lagging all day. And we are looking at the 10-year here as it approaches back up to that level that was a pretty obvious short previously. So we're going to keep an eye on this. See if there's something that is actionable once we get up to this level. Obviously, if the ES pushes 28 even again and blows through it, that's a warning sign to a do-nothing sign, basically. We've had quite a bit of volume build up here at 0.9 even thus far. Bit of a shelf developing here, as there is in the 5-year, but we've kind of violated that just here recently, so that's a good indication that we'll just be sitting on our hands. But I just wanted to start up the video again just in case there was a trade that was going to materialize, or a trade setup I should say. Once again, just to review from left to right, these are price ladders, different products here. We have the Ultra Bond, UB, symbol UB, the ZB, which is the 30-year. This is the ZF, which is the 5-year. ZN, which is my staple. Pretty much 90% of my trades are in the ZN, which is the 10-year. And then over here we have the ES, which is the E-mini S&P. And keeping an eye on everything that's going on. So I'll just kind of let this video run. Just an observer right now, nothing actionable, but just in case something happens, I wanted to have the video on so you could observe the context of what's going on. It is 9:20 a.m. like I said, Pacific time, which is 12:20 Eastern time. A lot of people are at lunch. This is typically when activity dies off quite a bit. But on a day like today, which has been fairly active, you can kind of expect that it will stay active pretty much all day. With that said, we are just watching. Okay, so we're back up here to 10 even. Thus far, I'm not seeing any sort of pushback here at all from sellers. Like it hasn't even backticked. Yeah, it's just blew right through. 5 years making new highs. So yeah, this is, don't really want to step in front of this. This is going to be pretty obvious support here. That fiber just plowed right through the highs. It's pretty awesome. Here we're getting down to that 2800 level. It's more of a psychological level, I think, than anything else. Okay, so we're a little strung out off the previous high. This is where I'm actually looking for a fade. Looking for sellers to absorb buyers. You'd start to see like a big volume node start to stick out over here. Or just you'll see sellers come in and just start hitting the bid really hard, and they'll just knock it back down. What you want to watch out for and not mistake is profit taking. So sometimes you'll see some big prints here on the sellers, but that could just be profit taking. That usually happens when it's, it'll stall out a little bit. You'll see some big prints come through, and then there's just no follow through on it. So it's always a little tough to discern what is what in those situations. So Ultra bonds pushing highs. I think the 30-year might be right at the highs, if not a tick or two through. Just kind of clean things up over here. Cleaning. Still pushing. So we got about 5,000 traded here at 13, which is almost double or more than double the previous tick. All these are selling down. Already 3,000 off the bid over here. Some pretty good pushback. Too far off the high to go in on a 4 lot. If the ES continues to collapse, then I'll just take this off. Thought that I saw like an impulse, a buying impulse higher over there, and that's kind of what precipitated me or motivated me to get into this trade like I did. So far it's holding, so far they're still hitting down into 12 even. Let's go push it back. $2,000 up already. Well, this might be a quick loser. I read that a little bit wrong. Maybe too quick to get in. Yeah, the Ultra Bond's going higher, 30 years, got stopped. Just like boom. Well, that was a pad fade attempt there. Expect a little bit more of a pullback than that, though. Usually you get overextended by 5, 6 ticks, and it'll drop in a little bit more than just 2.